Hello and welcome to Bay Fundy Fortunes. My name is Natalie. I'm an empath, intuitive card reader, and a visionary as well. I'm here this evening to do the general weekly reading for the sign of Aries. Puff. Fire signs. Lots of fire there. Yeah, it's still flamage on that too, so we'll keep an eye on it. Anyways, this is for the week of November 19th through to the 25th. It's for the sign of Aries. Also, I'm only this far away from my laptop. If you're still having a hard time hearing me and I mean the odd ones, it's like 5 from last week that couldn't hear out of the thousands, or bothered to say. I'm looking at getting into picking up an external microphone that should put a problem to it. You guys have to check your end too. If you're just listening on a laptop, you need external speakers. You just do. It'll change your whole experience with your computer, let me tell you. Some cell phones, lower than other. I've got people say they've got iPad. I have one lady, I've got an iPad. I have a tablet. I have a laptop. And I have a cell phone. And I have to turn you down on all of them. You're just too loud. And then you get the odd person. I can't hear you. So, and I don't like it when people say that. I don't take it personal or anything. But I feel bad because they want to hear the reading. And they're struggling to hear it. But you really have to check on your end of things. I'm set up for optimum everything: video, video quality, sound, and everything's high definition. Other than getting an external microphone and kind of pissing me off that I have to do that because it's money I don't have. I'm not going to buy something for $1.99. You get what you pay for. That would just make everything worse, I'm sure. So. But anyways, just to let you guys know that. So this is for Aries. Every time I hear Aries, I think burn. Burn. I just, there's other fire signs, but when it's Aries, it's just burn. You guys are unique for sure. All right. Okay. I'll get you guys close enough. I can pull this down for a bit. I've been consulting with Pendulum for these readings just to make sure. Actually, you're bringing spirit into the picture here again, because it's all about that, right? Spirit. As this deck stands, are the top 3 cards meant for the tarot spread for the sign of Aries for this general weekly reading, and we're getting a nice yes. Beautiful. Absolutely. Thank you. You may stop. Beautiful. Thank you. All right, let's get right into it, shall we? Okay. A little sip of my tea. Beautiful new set from a good friend, a childhood friend, Wanda. Thank you, Wanda. Real fine bone china from England. Love it. It transforms your tea experience. There we go. All right, top 3 cards. Very first card, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. They all flow in together. They overshadow themselves. Oh, nice. Geez, Aries. Then I wonder what the next card's going to be, because I wonder, do you really need all this ammunition? Because that's what I'm feeling. This is ammunition. But you got my favorite guy, the manifester, the great manifester, the magician. He's all about manifestation. That's at the beginning of your week. That's fantastic. I haven't seen him in a while. The Knight of Swords. It's all about drama. That explains a lot. That was, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, kind of thing. And the last card, 10 of Wands, responsibility. Oh, wow. Here's your Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? Kind of thing into the overflow. So, overshadow, not overflow. Geez, guys. The magician right off the get-go. I just, when it came over, what I heard was being armed, arming yourself. pulling out everything that you need to pull out, that you're going to need, and you're going to need it too. That's what I'm hearing. So, um, I love this guy. I always get this feeling of it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right, when he turns up. And that's normally, but what I got right off, like I said, was like arm yourself, pull every tool out, use every trick in the book. It's like you're going to go to battle in a sense. That's what I'm getting, but that's what he's here for. It's like forewarned is forearmed. So the warning's coming through that there's going to be something coming up. I don't feel it's really severe or bad or anything. That's why I'm kind of laughing. But you're going to be prepared for anything. That's what I'm hearing for you. Preparing for anything. You know, I just heard Murphy's Law kicking in, which is anything that can go wrong usually does go wrong. That kind of thing. So when he shows up, and he always does ask, of course, and you guys know we could all say in unison, what is it you think that you're capable of? Um, um, what can you make happen? Oh, if given all the tools and he's there to give them to you. They're all spread out on the table. There's the cups for emotions and love. There's the rods, staves, sticks for, or wands for, your practical things, risk taking, being daring. It's all about practical things, but it's also a very exciting suit as well. And then there's your swords, which are things of the mind, getting beneath the surface of things, uncovering things, making decisions, things playing on your mind. And then, of course, you have the deniers, the coins, the pentacles, right? Which are about money and creativity. Big time. You got every corner covered. You don't have to really worry about anything other than keeping your wits about you, which is coming forward. You still have to use up here in order to get full use out of these tools. Um, the card is here to tell you, if you've been waiting to jump on something, if you've been waiting to move on something, if you've been just waiting for the right moment, now is the time for action. That's what comes forward from this card overall. The conditions are perfect for you to finally release something, to roll it out, to begin, to turn the ignition kind of thing, get the motors turned over and running, because you are going to take off running. So you need everything you can. So because not so much that there's going to be blocks in the way, but you need to be prepared for them ahead of time, forewarned. All right? So you're being forewarned about that. Be in your guard. Don't be surprised when surprises pop up. Whatever it is that you're going through, and trying to implement. I don't mean going through in a bad way, but the things that you're working on, the plans that you've been working on, the things that you want to build, you guys all know what that means to you individually. I don't have to go on and on, but you need to be aware and expectant of things to come at you. If they don't, great. Not all of you are going to run into blocks. There's going to be a few of you that are going to start your plan of action. You're going to get it in motion, and you're just going to go straight through. But there's going to be some, of course, because that's the way life is. We got to keep it real, where other things will pop up. All right, and you need to be ready to take them on. You're going to be well prepared. Most of you are going to be very well prepared, which is representative in the card of having all your ducks in a row. And you're the ones that are going to probably go straight through from beginning right straight through to the finish line. Not going to be a problem for you. The rest of you, yes, you didn't prepare maybe quite well enough. So expect that if you get through without it, then you've done really, really well. This is also a card of creativity. So for some of you, you're so Terry, you're in the creative flow of life. At this time as well, because you're unveiling something, and you've hit the start button on something. There's going to be a lot of commotion, not commotion in a way of crazy commotion, but a lot of commotion in communications. There's just going to be a lot going on. Okay, you're going to be a little busier than what you normally would be. Um, emails and texts and phone calls and all kinds of things like that are going to get a little bit busier than what they would normally be. Anything that you feel you may need some support on to carry you through, and whatever this situation is, you will find support coming quite easily to you. You don't have to be as apprehensive as you normally would. You can rein that in. Take a deep breath and just dive in and go in after the support that you think that you need. It's for in most cases it's going to turn out well. Don't be afraid. If it doesn't turn out well, what do? Just throw in the towel? Of course not. You keep going. You keep moving forward. You look for alternate routes is what you do. The advice is now's the time for action and you will find success. So timing is divine. Timing is everything. It really is. Your keywords are new enterprises, money, communications, creativity, and support. Okay, middle of your week. Love the way these cards fall. It's going to be a lot of drama going on. Some of it's connected. That's why the Magician's here. You've got support in that energy right there. It's on your side. My hands are itchy. I always get itchy when I'm reading. I don't know why. Usually it's my nose and my upper lip. They will itch. Knight of Swords. He's all about drama. Boys, I tell ya, when this energy, this shows up, and sometimes it's an actual person, this could be you as well, I'm hearing, all right? Could be any of you that are watching, Aries. He brings a whirlwind of drama, a whirlwind of drama. It's just this almost like a vortex or, what do they call, oh my gosh, a rapid whirlpool, right? There's just stuff going on. He's very, very quick. He's very swift. Usually when he shows up, there's confrontations. That could be some of you running into some blocks, and you might find some people going against what you're doing or trying to thwart your plans. Unexpected blocks. So says tarot. There you go. Disruption to plans. There you go. Insecurity and arguments in relationships for some others. So not everybody's on board, especially if your mate, whoever your mate is, married or not. And I just heard, you're the last person that I thought would ever go against me. But, that's what I just heard for somebody. And there it is. There it is. And unexpected. That's a big block because that isn't something or somebody that's outside of your home life that's throwing in the blocks. You can always walk away, go home, shut your door, and get away from it for a while. This is in your home. Period. It's going to be much worse. Stress is going to be harder. There's the card is coming forth to say for some of you that are going to run into these blocks, there's little you're going to be able to do to avoid it. It's inevitable that this is happening. Maybe one of you already knew, I'm hearing. Somebody already knew. They knew that their mate, their partner, was not for this. And now that you've implemented and you've started to roll out your plans, they're really in your face. They're giving you a face full of teeth, metaphorically, letting you know their displeasure over what you're doing. There's really not much you can do. You know it's coming. You know it. And you're going to have a bit of a problem on your hands. And you're just asking the universe for the fortitude to get through it. But yeah, the good side about this card, even though you think you know what's going on in other people's minds, this card's going to bring this out. For those of you that this isn't happening right at home, you're going to find out who your friends and your enemies are. Is basically what it's going to come down to. You're going to find out who your friends and enemies are. They're going to show their true colors. But the good thing is you're going to know. And again, forewarned is being forearmed. So you're not going to go to the wrong people to look for support of any way, shape, or form. The ones that are against you, they've made their thoughts and opinions known. You know who the good people are. That's the wonderful thing about this whole situation. A lot of illumination. Things are being illuminated, which really gives you more power in the long run. It's going to result in money for you and more money without any losses. That just came through, and I don't know on either side of that what that means. I just heard that. Um, um, the advice is, though, this is the funny thing about, and this is so says tarot, this is not me. Avoid drama no more than is necessary. Don't take your setbacks personally, but it's the avoid drama that is, you know, to, because really there's nothing you can do to avoid it. It's going to find you. And there's no point in you even trying. You might as well just deal with these things. But terrorists try to avoid them, but I don't get that. I don't get that at all. I'd rather go with what I'm feeling. These things are going to pop up, and you need to. I don't sugarcoat anything. You need to be flipping prepared for things. Like I said 5 minutes ago, anything could pop up. You need to be aware and open to that happening, so the shock doesn't knock the wind out of your sails. You're still standing your ground. You're not moving, feet apart, right? And you're standing your ground for anything that's coming at you. You know what? And when the opposition comes at you that way, when they see your stance and they see your vibration coming off, that you're not moving for nobody, I'll tell you right now, it weakens them down. Oh yes, it does. They for a second they second think themselves, right? There's wow, wasn't expecting that. It looks like, I'm gonna throw my weight in there, but it looks like they might actually push back. That they being you, so that's good. It kind of like it puts doubt there in other people that nobody's gonna stop you, not even for you at home. Where it's happening under your own roof, it's not gonna stop you. It's not gonna make life flipping easier for you. I'll tell you that. It's gonna get rocky. Maybe a lot of nights on the couch. Put it that way. Um, your keywords for this card are battle, excuse me, battles, confrontations, stress, unstoppable force, which is going to be you. Remember that you're an unstoppable force. Um, Manipulation, yes, you're going to get a lot of that. You've got to be prepared for that. There's immaturity going on around you. This is not you, Aries, but there is immaturity that's going on around you. All right? And this sense of energy from these people, it's pushing instability on you, is what it's doing. But put your shields up, all right? Because he's giving you the shields. So use them wisely. This is running into a long reading. 10 of Wands, responsibility. You got to take responsibility for your actions right off the get-go. There's no messing around with that at all. This is the overwhelm card of tarot in this deck, all right? There's just too much to think about. There's too much to do. There's too much pressure, and it's at home, and it's at work, and this is when you're going to find out what you're really made of. It's when you give birth to a new plan, all right? Like we've been talking about. You've got to see it through to the end. Can you? There's the thing. How much are you willing to give? How much are you willing to sacrifice for what is your baby, right? You've got to ask yourself that. Don't become so absorbed in the details that you end up not seeing the bigger picture. Yes, small details are always very important. They're the foundation that begins and ends at the bigger picture. But it's not all about that. So you always need to consider all sources, is the message that I'm getting for you. Consider all, even the smallest little details. Consider them as much as the bigger picture, the bigger details. You need to be careful about that. Don't put all your faith and trust into just one person either, because what happens is they could end up sucking your energy and thwarting your ideas as well. Seems to be the word, doesn't it? I've said it twice, but thwarting 3 times your ideas, throwing a wrench into what you thought was a really good idea in a way that's kind of good. They're doing it to stall you and hurt you and hold you back. But what's happening is when people are doing this to you, it actually gives you a moment of consideration. That things like that can, you're stopping. It's making you consider other things that could happen. So really, it's putting you in front of the 8 ball or behind it, however that saying goes. Putting you in the driver's seat. It's giving you more control, more foresight is the word I'm looking for. It's giving you more foresight into other things that haven't even happened yet, but it helps you to be prepared. The card is saying you may feel crunched, that there's no time before your time for yourself. And you need to try to do that, to re-energize yourself. You need to be able to do that. So you need to make sure that that's part of your plan, part of your day, how far you can push yourself when you know you're going to pull yourself off. And you've got to have your rest, because if you don't, you get brain fog. And that's when the enemy sees, all right? They're not enemy. They're not trying to kill you or destroy you, but they're people with jealousy and issues, all right? There's always going to be people. The more successful you become, the more that happens. So you have to be careful of that. The advice of the card, here's what you need to do. You need to set boundaries as far as the outside world goes. Here you are, and here's your, here you are, and here's your boundaries. And you don't let people cross certain lines. Not ever, not ever, not ever, not ever. That's your world. That's you. Don't let people. They will suck the energy out of you. They will steal your ideas. They will leave you, deflated instead of building you up. You don't want to be around people that are going to deflate you. Keywords are burdens, overload of work, confusion comes in, exhaustion and blocks come into the picture as well. It's just a lot of pressure. So there's your reading. Aries, you just have to watch. You have to be careful of people coming out of the woodwork. Be on your guard. Have eyes in the back of your head. That's about all I can say. So anyway, I want to thank you for being here, and I hope you got something from the reading. Most of all, I hope you enjoyed the reading overall. If you want a specific reading that's private just for you after the service, the information is found down below in the show more section. Please read through once, grab my email, send it off. I'll get you, usually within 24 to 48 hours. I'm good to go. I can get you tied in. If it's any later, I let you know what's going on. Usually, anyways, I keep in touch with every client as I'm moving along, and let them know that it's done and it's uploading, and it's going to be so long before they get. I do all of that anyway. Thanks, you guys, as well, for subscribing to the channel. If you haven't, please do, so you don't miss any of the videos. Also, thank you to those, because I do have my program that runs in the background. All us YouTube channel owners do. And I see that people share the videos a lot. Thank you so much. That's a really high compliment for any reader on YouTube. It truly is. And I really have gratitude when I see that in my heart. And I'm like, how nice is that? How nice is that? It's wonderful. Thank you so much. So I think I'm going to stop right there. Also, I do have a group at Bay of Funny Fortunes on Bay of Funny Fortunes on Facebook under groups. It's a closed private group. Please come and join us there. It's quite active, and there's usually a lot of stuff going on, and it's a nice, safe place to be because it's closed and private. You're safe there. So I think I'm going to close for now. But if you're ever looking for me and you don't find me here in Bay of Funny Fortunes, literally, you will find me walking on my beach down below along the water's edge that hold the highest, mightiest tides on the whole planet, the beautiful and bountiful Bay of Fundy. And chances are, here or there, you will always find me waiting on the next high tide. Thank you so much for being here, Aries. I wish you the best week ahead, and I hope to see you all back here next week. Bye-bye for now.